Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the channel. Today I'm going to be working in the shop a little. This is my, guess you would call, fall winter hobby that I have. I like to turn pins out of wood, and that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to be working on a pin that I've got started. My lathe's behind me right there. Little bench top lathe that I use just for turning pins. Works good on that. Have turned a couple of small bows with it, but for pin making it really works good. So that's what we're going to do today, so let's get started. Here's my lathe that I use for my pin turning. It's a Win 8 inch by 12 inch. Variable speed, which works out nice when you're, especially when you're doing some finish work on a pin. You can really make a smooth finish when you put it on the high speed. And the way you turn pins on this, you buy this mandrel, and I'll loosen it here and show you. It's just this mandrel right here. Of course, you glue your pin stock up. Put your pieces on this mandrel. Have these spacers right here that go in between the pieces, and that holds your pin stock. Put it back in here and tighten it up. The pin I'm turning today is a Hawthorn. When I pruned it, I saved one of the limbs, and that's what this is. I've already started to do just some rough turning just to get it down to shape I want it. And I don't know how pretty it'll be, if it'll turn out. Sometimes, like that place right there, sometimes when they're really dried out, that'll bust out and you won't be able to get a pin out of it. But I'm going to try. We'll see how it works. You can see here I've got them both turned down to probably within a 1/4 of an inch or less, or 1/8 of an inch maybe, of the finished size. So this is where I slow down and take my time and have to square these edges off and make sure that make sure I get it down to the right size. These are the calipers I use to when I get down close to the finished size, and I'll know when to stop. Here's one of that's the finished size of the center of the pin, so I want the wood to be as close to the outside dimensions of this as possible. And the way I do that is measure with these calipers. Be right in there. I'll finish the wood a little bigger, a little larger than that. That'll give me room to sand it down for the final finishing. Getting a little closer. And depending on what type of design you want on your wood, I'll do each end first to get it down to the correct size of the cap of the pin and the center ferrule. And then the center part here, I'm just making a slimline pin, so I didn't really want anything very decorative on it as far as the wood turning. But you want to keep that in mind, like if you wanted to make this larger in the center here to hold to or whatever, you want to do the ends first, get them straight and to the right diameter. Then you can put your design in the middle of it. And when I get down close to the end, I get out the old reading glasses just to be sure. And one good thing when you're doing a slimline pin, which is what I'm doing on this one, these metal ferrules are pretty close to the same size as your pin cap and your center ferrule for the pin. Still need to measure, but you can kind of go by that to get them close to where you want them. And you can see I'm right there. So I have both ends down to where I want them. And then need to square this end up. It's a little crooked there on the ferrule, as you can see. So once I get them squared up, then I can put a shape in here, a couple of beads or whatever I decide to do. But this part of the pin will be ready for some sandpaper and some finishing. Okay, this is going to be the top of the pin right here, and this will be the bottom. And I have the ends close to where I want them, but the sandpaper will finish that up to the correct size on each end. So now I just need to decide if I want to design in here, and I'll probably do something up here in the top too. It's a rather thin pin. We'll see what we can do on a design there. And there's the designs that I chose. Possibilities are endless. You could put 10 in here if you wanted, 10 ribs or whatever you want to call them. This will be the top of the pin. This will be the bottom. And now we're just going to get some sandpaper, sand these down where they're good and smooth, and then we'll put some finish on them. Well, we ran out of time. So stay tuned for part 2 of the pin making when we put the finish on the pin, assemble it, and show you what this Hawthorne wood pin turned out like. We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, hit the like button, and we'd love it if you would subscribe to our channel. Thanks.